Let's get rid of the classic Unreal Engine game look. Right now, our lighting is just the normal one, the default one. Any game made in Unreal can have this light, and by default, they have this light. And it's not good. It's really not good. So I'm just going to show you a simple setup that you can tweak to your liking, right? We're gonna use post-process. And this post-process volume that I'm gonna add to my level is very simple to add. We're just gonna go here, search in visual effects, and here post-process volume. A post-process is something that will happen after everything is processed, as its name says. It means that if I'm seeing this color, this bright color here, and I'm seeing this other bright color here, it means that the rays of light have come here and bounced. And well, they have bounced directly to my camera, right? And depending on the bounces, the different types of bounces, we will lose some light and some shadows will be created like this one, right? So this gets less light than this zone. After everything is computed and calculated, then we can add an effect, a post-process effect. So let's go back to the post-process that I have added, which is this volume. And here, when you select it, you will have a lot of things that you can change. And you can add a lot of stuff. We can increase that temperature. Let's say we do this, for example, and we bump it up, but we are not seeing anything. Well, the post-process right now only affects the part inside this volume. So if I go inside it, then I will see how my post-process has affected the overall look of our project. What happens if I want to affect the whole map? Well, we just need to search for a property called unbounded. Should be at the end. You can type unbounded also. If I cannot find it, then let's just search for it. And this is the one that I want. Infinite extent unbounded. If I click on it, now it won't matter if I'm inside or outside of my post-process volume, we will still get the effect that we are setting up here. I'm going to remove the temperature because that's not the one that I want to change. We can just leave it like this. And what I'm going to change is here in the exposure. Instead of auto exposure, I'm going to click here and I'm going to select manual. Now you're not going to be able to see anything because now we need to change this exposure compensation. And you can play with the values and see which ones do you like. The one that I liked, I believe it was 10. Now it's a little bit different. It's a good idea to always be checking between your current changes and the last ones, and how did it look before adding this exposure, right? You can enable and disable this post-process here. Right, so these are some minor changes that will actually help you when we start tweaking more things inside Unreal. Now, other things that we can add here with the post-process is adding the classic lens flare. If we go here, there is a lens flare, and you will be able to see it if you look towards the sun, that it's here. If you cannot see it, it's here. So let's just look at it. We can enable the lens flare, and now you should be able to see a little bit of it. Very cool. We can bump the intensity if you like, maybe, I mean, one for me, it's fine. You can change the tint, the bokeh size. You can play around a lot of the settings that we can find here. With that, I believe that's good. Also, to make it not only just look a little bit different with our exposure, let's modify our sky atmosphere. You can search here, sky atmosphere, and this has been created whenever, if you remember, we went to Windows and choose the environment light mixer. You will be also able to find the skylight here, the sky atmosphere, volumetric clouds, and change a lot of how your your scene looks like. I'm not gonna use that because it's taking a lot of screen space. Usually, I would tweak that in my second monitor, but I can't show you my second monitor. So let me just click here on sky atmosphere and let's look for the MIE atmosphere. And let's change this value, the scattering scale. Again, you can play with it and see how this will look. And the value that I was playing around, I believe it was 0.098. Like that. Next. And also, it would be a good idea to, before doing the changes, again, like, let me just do it. Let me just return this. Let me go back to my post process. Like, choose a shot, for example, this one. And I'll just disable this. And take a screenshot, a high resolution screenshot. So to do that, you will need to go here to perspective and scroll around and find high resolution screenshot. And you will get this window. And I do want to have the viewport scalability set to epic because it's just a screenshot. So I want to know the result, the ultimate result, right? So here, I don't want to see the volumes. So I'll just press G. So this is the game type of view that you will get whenever you're playing your game. And click on capture. This will take a high resolution screenshot. And here, when it finishes, it's going to pop up where it was saved. So here it is. Here's my screenshot. This is how we started. And now let's enable the things that we have put. Let's press G again. Select our post process. Let's enable it. Where is it? It's here. Select my sky atmosphere. Let's go back to the MIE scattering scale. And let's put the value that I suggested. Again, you can play around with it. It's up to you how you would like it to feel. And also, we're gonna search for the exponential fog. Exponential height fog. And here, we're gonna first enable the volumetric fog. And then we're gonna play around with the extinction scale. Right? And you can see how this is looking like. I'm gonna use the value 2.26. Just like that. And now I'm gonna go back to my bookmark, which I created by just pressing Ctrl+1 and then just pressing on the number 1. And I'm going to take another screenshot. Now these are my two values. This is the default Unreal Engine lighting. This is my lighting and I forgot to... yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. I forgot to enable my to press G. Now we can capture it, and then I can press G again to have everything back to normal. Right, so normal shot, changed shot. And you can see the difference. It's night and day. Finally, for some cool effects with the lights, we can search for it was directional light. We are gonna search light shaft. We're gonna enable them. And now I think we also need to enable this. And this will give us some God rays. If we look directly to the sun, we get this type of effect. For sure, right now it's too much. But we can tweak the bloom effect to something that we would like. But now it's feeling a lot different. And also we can change the bloom tilt. We can modify a little bit of the mask, the range. But yeah, with trees like that, it's looking super cool. We can decrease the max brightness because it really affects how these look. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. If we added more trees, then it will make a little bit more sense. But yeah, that's how you can make your game look very different from the normal type of Unreal Engine game. But again, we will keep polishing this, and I will still give you more tips on how you can increase the quality of your environment. Again, I'm not a professional in the environment side of things. We have more tutorials that talk how you can get your environment to the next level, made by Mao. He does that for a living. I'm a programmer and I know the basics, so I don't have like a normal looking map. But for sure, this could be a lot better. Definitely. But whatever you have created, remember, it's your work. You can only go up from here. This is the starting point of your career or your journey, let's call it, inside the game development. And if you like doing this, then you just need to put the hours and you will eventually get better.